Okay, Scorpio, this is for you. This is Tarot Lumination with your July 2017 general report reading. Um, so, let's have a look. Okay, we got this big fat frickin' T-square still going on. It's almost like a cardinal grand square. It's pretty heavy-duty serious. Your ninth house of inspiration, awakening, higher consciousness, third house over about communications, 12th house of spirituality, divinity, self-undoing, imagination, creativity, sixth house of work and health and day-to-day activities. So it's kind of a mishmash trying to figure out how to balance all these things. I'm sorry, I normally do all this stuff while I'm shuffling. Hold on, let me shuffle so I can save some time here, okay? So, so it's going to be a real balancing act, okay? Trying to get all that stuff in balance, spiritual health, your day-to-day health, your higher consciousness, your, let's say, astral travel, or your day-to-day travels, the big stuff, and how to bring that into a day-to-day understanding. It feels to me from here, it's all about bringing all these bigger, wider, dreamier celestial energies down into a functional day-to-day understandable reality. And that's really, really hard to do, Scorpio. So you have a lot on your plate. That's how it feels to me for July. But luckily, this is kind of favorable energy because that Cancer energy is very favorable to you. Let's have a look. Venus, hold on. Venus is moving into Gemini, your eighth house of intimacy, other people's resources. Uh, very can be very like gulp kind of energy. Having to get that close to people, having people get that close to you in order to tap into shared resources. Mercury is going to move into Leo in your 10th house. So that's going to really, really light up your communications when it comes to like your public presence in the world, your mission in the world, your place in this world, your achievements and your ambitions in this world. So that's very supportive energy. The full moon is in your third house, Pluto stuff. So again, we're dealing about communications in the day-to-day world, having integrated all that stuff from spirit, okay, from the your higher consciousness on your epic journeys into the clouds, so to speak, and back again. Um, so that's really fine. Okay, that's awesome, amazing stuff. Great, great, great. But the fun stuff is like late in the month when your 10th house of career and public placement gets really lit up by all this Leo energy. It's also triggering, that's the part where your North Node is residing right now. So the whole like energy of like career, like who you are in this world, especially how others perceive you, and it's like it's a very public position. It's like being a boss or being a president or a CEO. It's very visible energy. And with the Leo energy, it means like having to conduct yourself like kind of a star, which is kind of weird for Scorpios, because typically you Scorpios, you love to be behind the scenes, quiet, invisible, unobserved, just doing what you do. And everyone else can have the limelight and the fun, great. But like it or not, Scorpio, when it comes to career, it's very much like being a Leo. It's like you really got to get out there and be shiny and star-like. Okay. Also, by the way, I don't think I've mentioned this in any other readings, but Neptune is going retrograde. Okay, and that's going to be in your fifth house of creativity, excitement, fun, love, romance, um, creative output, um, self-expression, and so that, especially with the romance, this could really, really like trigger like like reconfigurations about what is actually going on in your romantic life, your love life. I'm not saying things like marriage and stuff, the serious, but more to do with the passionate side of the relationship, the joy, the fun, the sharing, the thrill of just loving and being in love. It's going to get a complete strip down and makeover, a massive, let's say, reality check. Getting out of whatever is going on in the Neptune wishy-washy, like, oh, wow, could it be this or could it be that? Or maybe it's this. No, no, no. It's all going to be figured out. Like, here's what's actually happening, people. All the delusional goop of Neptune is being exposed, and all the beautiful stuff, the truthful, beautiful stuff of Neptune is being exposed as well. And we want the good stuff, okay? All right, Scorpio, so let's get on with it. Done enough jibber jabber about all the planets, but this isn't an astrology channel. It's just that you kind of caught me doing my homework in advance before the reading, and so I'm just doing it live, that's all. So anyway, here you go. Enough shuffling. We've done it. We're clear. We're good. I'm going to break up the deck here, and then we're going to read. Also, by the way, Scorpio, thank you for showing up. This is Tarot Lumination with your July 2017 general report, and that's you, Scorpio. Please, I keep forgetting these things, read for your sun, moon, and rising, because it helps to get a fuller comprehension. Squish it all into one understanding, hopefully. And then if this reading sounds weird, it might make more sense when you combine it with the others, okay? So here's the general vibe. Here's where you're coming from. Here is kind of the ever-present now as you live through the month. And here's things as you progress through the month, moving forward, taking it and turning it into a journey. Here's how you're going to deal with it. How you're going to move forward in the healthiest way possible. And here's the energy that you've attracted to you by manifestation, or it just maybe feels like it's coming there because it's just like heading into the future, and that's just what's there. And these are like the hopes and fears of like, I hope I made the right decisions moving forward. And this is where it all seems to be going, okay? So I'm trying to do this like, to me, it's a journey, okay? A journey through the month, starting here from the general vibe. And we go through the month like this, okay? But I'm trying to do it in a way that it sort of looks like a heart, okay? It's a reading from heart energy. It's not a love reading. This is heart energy about the general energy. So it looks like this. You see what I'm getting at? Anyway, we do what we can here on Little Tarot Illumination, okay? So anyway, let's have a look. In the background, we've got some like weather. I like to think of it as weather. It's just out there. It's what's outside your front door, and it does have an effect on how you conduct yourself through the month, okay? And it's like, it's there. It's just like if it's a beautiful day, you go out there and enjoy it. If it's really harsh and cold and windy, you put on a jacket and you just deal with it. Whatever it is, the weather, you just deal with it, okay? So anyway, what we have is the little Six of Cups. So dear Scorpio, you might be in kind of a very sort of tender, sweet position right now, especially in July, since all this Cancerian energy is very like harmonious with your own energy. Especially up in that ninth house area of wisdom, higher understanding, higher consciousness, expansion, and growing into like, oh my God, this is what I really need to understand for my life moving forward, so that I can conduct it and effectively, like in what might be called a career type behavior. Okay, so we're in that vortex right now, and it's really happening. It's like it's that feeling that you get when you're in the right place at the right time and everything seems to be unfolding, like you've reached a pinnacle and you've been going there and heading there for a long time, and now you get a chance to step back, like you've been on a hike, you're at the top of the mountain and you're just kind of looking around, you think, wow, man, this is freaking cool. Wow, I can't wait to get back down and tell everybody. All right, so you do have the little Six of Cups, which is a beautiful, beautiful card. And from my perspective, it indicates that, dear Scorpio, you might be living through this experience of July in the context and hand in hand with someone else who loves you dearly, and you love them dearly. And it's just might be just a sensation or a perception or an awareness or a hope or a dream or a wish, but it's kind of there. And it's very, very comforting to know that this energy is there. It could be that you are associating with someone from your past lives, or your future lives to come, but it's very present now. And it feels really, really good. Uh, so that's nice to have, as, let's just say, the prevailing weather. But what's the vibe? What's the vibe for the month for you? Okay, so it's like, you know what? People, Scorpio is saying, I'm sick of being out there in the wars. I'm sick of battling this and fighting that, and you know, uh, just 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 trying to get through and survive through life. I'm over it. I'm done. I kind of want to get back home. I want to live in life of peace and love and happiness at home. The wars are over. It's just like kind of being like some person who's in the military, male or female, forget about it. Like, say you're in the military and the wars are over and you're coming home and you just want to cuddle up. I want to be loved and I want to love. I want that a lot. I want that so much. I have so much to offer. I have stories to tell. I have epic things to convey because I've been there and I've been through the trenches and I've come back, and all I care about right now is love. Okay, so that's really, really good Scorpio energy for you. And it might be something to do with this Neptune retrograde that's happening, that's triggering this, like, hold on, everybody, wait a minute. The most important thing in life, in this world, is love. How much love have we given? How much love have we shared? And in the end, that's kind of all it's about. And you're kind of waking up to it and realizing it and thinking, well, you know what? That really is all it's about. So I'm coming home and I want to make that happen some way, somehow. And I have very good intentions. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to happen, but my intentions are good. Okay, dear Scorpio? So bravo, bravo. You might be wanting to be delivering messages. You might be wanting to bring home that love, like, in such a way that other people know and other people appreciate, and it's almost like they've been waiting for you, like, oh my God, thank God you came back alive from, however, whatever torture and convulsions that you might have had to endure over the years. Finally, there's a period of time now here in July where Scorpio can, like, love and be loved. Okay, so where are you coming from? Whew! Wow. Okay, Scorpio, so you might have been through some kind of epic uh, chapter of life. And this could be something that's been going on for years. And it's kind of coming to a moment of culmination where you realize, my God, I have come through the most epic, mind boggling journey. And this could be going all the way back to when Saturn was in Scorpio a few years ago, okay, which was absolutely grueling and brutal for Scorpios, for most Scorpios. And now we're living through Saturn and Sagittarius, and you're coming out with this fresh awakening and hopes of redemption and reevaluations, and a much more like healthy, like courageous awareness, like, my God, I've actually survived all this and I've got through the other side. And for all the pain and suffering damage that I might have incurred on others, and for all the pain and damage and suffering that others might have incurred on me, it's over. It's all done. It's forgiven. I am a very, very lucky person. I, Scorpio, am truly blessed by the angels from above because I get to start all over again, just as if nothing ever happened. It's beautiful, Scorpio. You're in a sweet spot, and let's just see how things unfold, okay? It's kind of epic. It feels kind of epic to me. I don't know why. I mean, these are just tarot cards. It's a tarot reading, but there's something kind of beautiful and epic going on here. Where are you now, right now, in the present moment? Oh, good. You're taking advantage of the lovely, mushy, soft Cancerian energy, which is all about nurture and care and coming home to roost and let's just say keeping the home fires burning. It might be that having decided to come home and give up on all the external battles for a while and just like come home and enjoy the love, understanding that you've been through everything. You've seen the absolute worst demonic aspects of humanity and yourself. You've seen the ecstatic aspects of world around you and the beauty and everything. And it's all just exactly as it should be. And you've come out the other side. And you know what? Like the first thing I want to do, I just want to lie down on the sofa and chill and just kick my shoes off. I just want to zone out, trip out, and just like take advantage of all this lovely, mushy Cancerian energy of home and nurture, caring for others, being cared by others. It's almost like, oh, look. Hey, look, everybody, look. Scorpio's got back home. Scorpio's home. They're totally burnt out. They're ravaged by war, but they made it and they want to start all over again. Look at them. They've just crashed out on the sofa. Just let them alone. Let them chill. Maybe get them some hot chocolate or feed them some cookies or leave a little glass of wine at the side. They might notice it. And if they start talking to themselves, just let them go for it. Doesn't matter. They're just chilling out. They're just like going through the decompression of all the wars. Okay? And it's like a soldier coming back from war and just decompressing, getting back in touch with home and family. That's how it feels to me. And uh, integrating everything that you've learned on this epic episode of life before July, all the months, the years before this particular month. So it's perfectly okay and appropriate for you to chill out, meditate, take a break, take care of yourself, allow yourself to be taken care of and nurtured by others, the people who love you. And deep down inside, understanding that you are still a very loving person and there's someone else who loves you very dearly. And it might be in very subtle ways that are not very apparent right now, but it is there. And that's just exactly how it should be for you, Scorpio. It might not be perceptible because, like in the decompression phase, is when you're kind of unwinding. All that happens is you just kind of like vent, and all the stuff that needs to be cleared and moved out of your psyche that needs to be cleared after the wars are over. Just like uh, it's like shaking out a carpet. Okay, all that stuff comes out and eventually you can just chill and relax, breathe, take it easy through the month. Okay? But that's for right now. As you go through the month, just give yourself plenty of time to chill out and relax and absorb the love. Okay? Allow that Neptune energy to like give you the reality checks that you need and removing all the delusions, the psychic nightmares, the uh, the optical illusions that you've had to fight for the last few years, and come into harmony and balance. Okay, so moving forward, what do we have? Okay, justice is served. Okay, it's about time. Okay, it's about time that things came into balance for you, Scorpio. It's about time that you moved into this moment of reckoning where let's just say you done a little bit of decompressing, you get up from the sofa, you walk around kind of in a daze, and you think, that's cool. That's cool. Everything's exactly as it should be. Everything that's happening with me is exactly as it should be. Even if I'm going through like, uh, what do they call that? Withdrawal or the shakes or something as you decompress from all the stresses and the horrors. That's just exactly how it should be. And also as you start to heal and recover, you start to get a sense of uh, how that's justice. That's also justice deserved. In other words, the good stuff that's coming your way, it's something that you deserve. Okay, it may not be. We don't have maybe not have any idea what it is yet, but you deserve that peace and that healing and that redemption and recalibration in life. Okay, you deserve it, and it has been deemed that it is appropriate for you by the gods from up above. Okay? So, given that, how do we move forward effectively in this month of redemption and healing? Okay, you allow for any senses of mediocrity or disappointment or sense of like woe is me, like when the let's say you're in this self-healing phase here and you go through these moments where you start reliving all the things that weren't fun, that weren't happy, all the woe is me, all the misery that you've had to endure. And it's not fun, but it's there. But the point with this card in this position with the Four of Cups here is that you allow yourself to relive it as if you have to, because that's part of the healing. It's almost like you relive the traumas and the things that were miserable and sad, and you let them bubble up and come to the surface, and then they kind of like disappear like bubbles. And then what remains is the little Ace of Cups. It's like a miniature Ace of Cups. It's still there for you. Okay, it's what you've been looking for. It's what you deserve. You deserve that love and the homecoming feeling. And for the time being, to get through and transition through July, allow yourself to, like, if you're feeling miserable and stuff, or like things are just kind of like, oh, like the decompression phase, allow that to happen. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to sleep and doze and nap and people need to take care of you, allow that to happen. And don't be ashamed of it, okay? And then um, by releasing all that stuff, the woe is me energy, you get a chance to like clear, decompress, and move on and allow this new energy to move in. But of course, you're going to have to change your perspectives as you start to move and clear through the month and like come out of it, so to speak. So in order to receive this energy, it's there, but you have to acknowledge this love that's still there, and this opportunity that's there for you. You have to acknowledge it and accept it and receive it. And that means changing your focus and attention from looking down here to looking over here, because energy flows where your attention goes. So at some point, you have to make a deliberate step to focus your own energy on true love, what is really, really, really true and substantial in your life, okay? What really, really, really counts for you. Ultimately, that's the love that you bring, the love that you receive, okay? So, where does that lead to? What kind of environment? So, it's just like, thank God it's over. I got through it. It's like a parade. It's just like let's say you're in a situation where you're in a very loving environment and you're like it's like a homecoming energy, and you're getting that applause kind of thing, like, well done, Scorpio. Well done. You survived. You've made it through. You're healing. You're getting what you deserved. And it's okay to feel miserable and woe is me. Let it come out of you. We applaud you. We love you for going into those deep, dark places where no one else wants to go and doing whatever it is that you have to do that nobody else can do, that nobody else wants to do, because we can't survive without that. So that's why we are applauding you and loving you, dear Scorpio, with the little Six of Wands. Okay? So it's beautiful, Scorpio. You may not get like a huge military parade or anything, but you might get this feeling that you are truly appreciated, okay? And that doesn't often happen for Scorpio because Scorpio tends to work so far behind the scenes that a lot of people don't even know they're there. And a lot of times Scorpio has to do stuff that can be dirty, ugly, and painful, uh, that no one else wants to do, especially when it comes to the healing arts of others. And there is not a lot of appreciation. So now and again, when you actually get that appreciation, it can be a little shocking for Scorpio, but you do deserve it, okay? So let's have a look. What are your hopes and fears coming through this? Oh God, it's almost like this is what you're wishing for. Like this, the victory, and coming through it, coming out alive by the end of the month. That's what you're hoping for. That's what you're wishing for, okay? And of course, it would be appropriate to be scared and frightened. Like, what happens if I don't get all that? Okay, that's fair. It's understandable. Um, it's not like you're overdoing it or anything. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Wanting all that happiness, wanting to be healed, wanting to be fulfilled, wanting to have your dreams come true. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you deserve. It's almost like what happens when you actually change your attention from like, oh, well, I went through all this and had all that and it was wonderful and I hurt here and I hurt there and I loved here and I loved there and oh man. Oh, wait a minute. Look, there's another one. Look at that. That's brand new. That's coming right in. So this little cup here is relating to like how this can translate into multiple cups. But it means allowing yourself to go through this self-healing journey, this redemption, allowing yourself to be loved and allowing yourself to open to love again. This is not a love and relationship reading, Scorpio, by the way. This is just a general, broad perspective reading. So as you move through the month, it might feel like deep down, like in your like healing and recovering phase, deep down, like with your eyes closed on the sofa, like half conscious, you're wishing like for all that love to come through, the love that you deserve, the love that you knew existed when you came back from the wars. And it's there. You hope that it's there, okay? You're scared that it's not, but you hope that it's there, and it's totally understandable. Where does it lead, though? Let's have a look. Okay, it leads to like finally, it's all over, okay? So whatever, let's just say you've been out to the wars in one form or another, like it's almost like the feeling like your whole life and world is just being a battle, okay? And you're coming out of it. You're coming out of it and you're going to recalibrate, you're going to heal, you're going to get what you deserve, and you're going to be appreciated. And some of the things that you've been dreaming about and wishing for are going to start to manifest. And where that leads to is an awareness that all this pain, this battle, this betrayal, this treachery, this backstabbing, this ruthless uh, slaughter that you've had to endure it's kind of the end. Okay, it's kind of like we're reaching the end of all this stuff, and that okay, so yeah, it might have been really brutal to endure this, and most people would never have been able to endure this. Scorpios are known for being able to endure immense amounts of pain and suffering, sometimes on behalf of others. In other words, taking on other people's suffering and pain so that they can endure. And that's a very, very, very powerful healing gift that Scorpio has, especially the super high vibration Scorpios. And so for yourself to actually apply that to yourself, That's an amazing thing, because by the end of the month, you can get to a point where it's just like all of that, all of that is over. It's over. The wars are over. The damage is done. All the scars and the stab wounds that you're carrying are there, and you're going to recover, okay? Because there's nowhere else to go from here except recovery. So in some ways, Scorpio, you're in a very, very sweet spot. It may not look it from this card because it's a very scary looking card, but it's actually symbolic of your healing. That's how it appears from my perspective as your reader in this little report for July. And yeah, like as you go through the decompression phase, the self-healing phase, a lot of these issues of pain and suffering that you had to endure, it's like battle fatigue, like when a soldier comes home and they're suffering from shell shock and all the noise and the war and the blast from battle, all the shame and pain of battle, all the brutality. You relive it all and it's shocking, but it's not actually real anymore. It's just you going through the decompression, and all the nightmares and the fear and the horrors of war are kind of like actually being released. It's like you're shaking it out of your system. It's going, it's going, it's going, and it's going, and it's gone. It's the 10 of Swords. It's over. It can't get any worse. And it's all being like, what's the word? Like an exorcism. It's like an exorcism. All this shit is being released as though it's an exorcism. Okay, so that's actually kind of freaky beautiful. All right? Dear Scorpio, I hope you get something out of this. Please try and understand this. I'm trying to read this from the heart, okay? And if it doesn't make sense at all, please read for your sun, moon, and rising, whichever one this is not, okay? Thank you so much for being here, Scorpio. I really appreciate that you visited this little channel, and I hope you get something out of this. You take care. Have a wonderful July, okay? Bye.